Well, as the Prime Minister was addressing Parliament about COVID, an emergency meeting in the Swale area of Kent was ending. Swale now has the unwelcome distinction of having the worst coronavirus rate in England. Last week's average for the borough was 633.7 infections per 100,000 people. At the other end of the scale, Hastings, less than 40 miles from Swale, has a rate of 106.9 and Worthing just 76.9. For those living there, it's a worrying time. From the Isle of Sheppey, here's Kit Bradshaw.
The start of the school week now looks like this for 8-year-old George. Maths work in a onesie. His primary school in Queenborough on the Isle of Sheppey has been shut for over a week because of coronavirus, one of a number to do so across Kent. For his mum, it's a worrying time.
It's more stressful, much more stressful. The normality of a day-to-day family life has come to an end. It's just so frustrating that their education is going to be impacted and my children aren't doing as well as they should be. There's only so much we can do at home.
Over in Sheerness, it's blueberry and peach crumble on the menu for the Meals on Wheels round. They'd normally have dozens of people coming to this Age UK centre for lunch every day. Now it's delivery only. They shut their doors 2 weeks before the national lockdown because of the rising infection rate locally.
We do have a lot of clients that live alone, very vulnerable, maybe have underlying health conditions. Even though we're still seeing them each day, it's not the same environment to what they're used to. Some would come here daily, some will come on certain days, but they're missing seeing their friends as well.
The precise reason for the high infection rate in Swale still isn't clear, but some who've studied the data point to the 3 prisons on Sheppey as a potential contributory factor.
The east of Sheppey has a very small general population, but it has 2,500 prisoners. And so it's very likely that that number of cases and that rate of increase is very largely due to the prison.
Despite the lifting of the national lockdown on the horizon, we won't know which tier each area will face next until later this week. And many in this part of Kent are resigned to enduring tight restrictions for some time to come.
And Kit's in our newsroom now. The emergency meeting between Swale and other public bodies has finished. So what's come out of it, Kit?
Sangeeta, that meeting brought together officials from the County Council with politicians from Swale Borough Council, as well as Public Health England and the Prison Service. And the leader of Swale Borough Council has told us that he found the meeting very valuable and it's helped him build up a clearer picture of the potential reason. And Roger Truelove told us that it's household mixing that is the major problem, not spread within jails or care homes, and that those minority of people who still aren't following the rules need to do so now.
It's a behavioural problem. We know that this infection spreads because people are close to each other. So quite clearly, if it is spreading very rapidly during this period of time, then people perhaps in their workplace or at home or coming out of school, they are not distancing.
So big concerns about the infection rate, not just in Swale, but other parts of our region, in Thanet and also in Medway, and worries that as the national lockdown ends next week, we're unlikely to exit into the lowest tier of restrictions as we were before. But between now and then, we're all being urged to remember the basics and stick to those all-important rules.
Good advice, Kit. Thank you.